In the year 1095, Imam Abu Hamid al-Ghazali was one of the highly esteemed scholars of Baghdad. He had it all: fame, fortune, family, and prestige. Nevertheless, deep in his heart laid some unsettling feeling that urged him to pull away from the worldly life and move closer to God. It was a hard choice to make until one day it ceased to be a choice. He woke up with a lock upon his tongue that prevented him from teaching. Soon enough, he fell into depression and his body started to waste away. The renowned Imam resolved to leave Baghdad and embark on a journey of heart purification and self-discovery. This journey lasted 11 years and culminated in the production of one of the seminal Islamic books, Revival of Islamic Sciences, Ihya Ulum al-Din. Could Ghazali's physical suffering have been his wake-up call? Since the dawn of civilization, one fundamental question that have always perplexed human beings is why? Why is there so much suffering in the world? Illness, physical pain, suffering could be debilitating and crippling. Nevertheless, for some people, they turn out to be the most rewarding experience of their life, a blessing for themselves and for others. Our life is perfectly designed by our Creator. Nothing is random. Our Creator urges us to discern the signs sent our way, not only in the world around us, but also within ourselves, within our body. Suffering from Islamic perspective is not regarded as an evil, but it is regarded as an integral part of human experience and as a test from an all-merciful and all-wise God. It serves a purpose and calls us to heed the call of faith and strive to come closer to our Lord. The extent to which we benefit and learn from our trial depends on the kind of relationship we establish with the divine. Whether this suffering leads to an ultimate bliss or utmost despair depends on how we will make use of it through reflection and reasoning, and through understanding by our heart, not just our mind. In his book Manazil al-Sa'irin, the Sunni scholar and Sufi mystic al-Harawi classifies awakening as the first step in his 100-step journey towards God. Awakening to our blessings, awakening to our misdeeds, and awakening to the passage of our time. Illness forces us to awaken to all three. It forces us to slow down or even stop in our tracks and re-examine and re-evaluate our life. This pause makes us see the blessings that we formerly took for granted, evaluate our deeds and our intentions, and value each moment of our existence. Illness makes us face, maybe for the first time in our lives, the possibility of the end of this life. And with it, we face the question, what did I achieve? What did I do with God's trust, al-amana, that He entrusted me with? Suffering forces us to face not only our symptoms, but also ourselves. It propels us to weave a quest, a narrative, to embark on a journey of self-discovery, a journey that, like Imam Ghazali's journey, might interrupt our life and compromise our safety, the safety of our comfort zone. A journey that ventures into the unknown with an unclear destination, yet with a deep sense of trust that such destination will hold so much lessons and so much wisdom. Not only the destination, the journey itself will hold so much lesson and so much wisdom for us to discern and for us to learn from. By embarking on such quest, we reclaim our voice. We assume responsibility for our life and for our suffering. And as we start making changes, some form of meaning, some form of sense, and some form of purpose will gradually reveal itself. Imam Ghazali could have stayed in the comfort of his luxurious life and seek the best physician in his time to restore his health. If he had done that, he might have healed his physical body, but not his soul. His soul needed to tell a story, a narrative that we all identify with more than 900 years after he passed away. The quest narrative is a tough narrative to weave. It often not only demands to shake the status quo of our personal lives, but also necessitates some form of social engagement and changes. Besides, we might not always be able to grasp the full picture and wisdom. Imam Ghazali never knew that his books would be taught centuries after he is gone. Even if we understand some lessons, many more could be still hidden and veiled from our limited human apprehension. We may only have a glimpse of the big picture, just see part of the larger plan, or solve one tiny piece of the puzzle. Yet this tiny piece is often all it takes to keep us going, to rekindle the hope in our suffering hearts. A successful quest narrative harmonizes human agency and free will with a divine decree, acknowledging that the full picture might not be fully revealed. Yet, it is very important here to be careful not to rush if we are unprepared, not to rush into a quest that adds to our existing confusion. Sometimes we need to take time to pause, to actually acknowledge our emotions, our grief, our fear. Before embarking on a quest journey, we have to actually acknowledge our human limitation, acknowledge this vulnerability, and seek all the possible medical or natural healing that is offered to us. And as we do that, we start opening the door for our journey, for our quest. So it's very important not to romanticize the quest narrative, condemning this initial chaos or pain or suffering. This actually chaos has its place and should be gracefully accepted. It acknowledges our human vulnerability and opens the door for faith and for the mystical dimension of reality that will open the journey and the quest for